Welcome back to part 2. In part 1 we fought off Cao Cao's initial assault on Xiapi using this little fortification here to surround his troops, cut off their supply line and to give him a bit of a bloody nose. This cost him, I think it was about 10,000, 12,000 troops, which prevented him from attacking with overwhelming advantage for a little bit. After we had secured ourselves to repelling that attack, we used the opportunity to attack Liu Bei in Runan. Also, to secure our other borders, we created an alliance with Yuan Shu by gifting him red hair, and here we are after 1 year and 4 months. So we had to pursue Liu Bei into Xinyi. Usually that doesn't happen. Usually Liu Bei beats him to Xinyi and you only have to take out Runan. However, not the end of the world. Also, if we have a look at administration, we got the jackpot. We acquired Zhao Yun, Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, which is far from guaranteed. And taking a look at our battle policy, we can now achieve fish level 10, arrow level 10, siege weapon level 10, and I will show you how to do that in a little bit. I want to keep Chen Gong as strategist for now so we can finish off hiring what officers are left of Liu Bei's, in particular Liu Hua. Should be easy enough hire. But also, again, we're only administration level 1 at this moment, so our battle policy is unrivaled. We don't really need these trickery officers. This opens up some possibility. Our personnel is somewhat lacking. We can use reform expenditures to keep the costs down a little bit, as we are notoriously quite poor. We can use through government for some additional turns, which I will do only for 1 turn in between these two. And we are quite defensible. We have Liu Bei's squad in Xinyi. He will be able to repel any attack of Liu Bei with 20,000 troops, with 10,000 troops, quite possibly with 6,000 troops. And in Runan, which is slightly more vulnerable, we have Sangba and his mountainous buddies who are fantastic fighting on defensive terrain in the mountains in Runan, in Jianyi, and what's the other one called? Zitong. Not so much Hanchong, possibly one as well, but Runan is very much where bandits reign supreme. So what we're going to do, we're going to move a few officers around. Xiapi is going to be our next point of assault, and we are going to, I think, take out Puyang. Before I skip the turn, I just want to highlight, if we go into force, foreign, Yuan Shu, foreign again. He is still friendly with Cao Cao, however their alliance has expired, so if at any point Chen Liu and Puyang looks vulnerable, Yuan Shu will deploy against Cao Cao. So we'll see if we can instigate that somewhat. And I'm going to skip back in about a turn or two to show you what I intend to do with the administration to make the most of our new officers. Okay, so now that everyone's in their appropriate place, I'm going to go to the administration, take away these snake officers first of all, and we are going to change our strategist. Free up Chen Chen. We are going to appoint Guan Yu. So Guan Yu and Wu Bu have the same strengthen armed forces policy. Wu Bu's is level 3, Guan Yu's is level 2. Notably, by making Guan Yu strategist, his policy is now 3. So, with level 5 between the two of them, with just Chang Liao, our fish is boosted to level 10. By appointing Zhang Fei, our arrow is now boosted to level 10. And by appointing Gao Shun and Du Shi, our siege weapons are now also level 10. Notably, siege weapons are influenced by very little. Their demolish stat does not get boosted by confidence, it doesn't get boosted by morale, it doesn't get boosted by even nearby core tiles. It's influenced by the leadership strategy of the officer leading the unit and your policy, with very little else. I think perhaps the Supportive trait, but other than that, this is more or less the only way of boosting the strength of your siege weapons. So we now have the most powerful siege weapons, arrow formation officers and fish officers that we can make use of. We have 23,000 troops here. I am going to transport over 8, and once they arrive, I am going to send Liu Bei and his forces out on the march. Cao Cao is stretching himself somewhat thin by trying to take Chang'an. It looks like he might take the city if Ma Chao isn't here and about to unleash his 3,000 attack or something ridiculous. Arrow formation officer. Yeah, in fact, Ma Chao is in Tianshui. So Cao Cao may get Chang'an. We'll have to wait and see. But Chen Liu is low on troops. Puyang isn't. But we can certainly make a move. As before, we're losing Liu Bei, Chang Liao and Chen Gong, not Chen Deng. This is going to be our main attack force, and we'll use Dao Chan and Yan Shi as support. Fish formation, catapult, selecting the right tactics. We are only at 90 morale, but thanks to Dao Chan's instrumentalist trait, we will be up to 110 or so by the time we get to the city. So I think we'll be okay. Liu Bei rushes off ahead thanks to his soaring general trait, so he probably won't be in range of Dao Chan's moral boost, but everyone else will be. And I think we will take these 2 cores before we move on to attack the city. If in doubt or if we get in danger, Liu Bei will always have his Heaven's Warrior trait to bail us out. So Cao Cao might see that we don't have quite the numerical advantage and decide to attack. However, he can be a little bit cautious at times, as we've seen in previous videos. He may deploy a full fighting force, he may leave it as is. Only a few turns will really enable us to tell. However, as a precaution, I think I will say send good old Gao Xun out to take these 2 cores. If Cao Cao doesn't deploy, once Chang Yi is at full capacity for my force, I will move on the city. Well, not quite what I was expecting. Cao Cao has seen Xiapi as weak and he has deployed from Chen Liu. So I'll need to move our guys back on south to take care of this. This isn't going to work out too well for him. Not quite too well at all. Man Chong's quite a nice officer to have, especially if you're playing with someone about the best quality officers like Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Cao Cao. But we probably won't be able to make much use of him. Once again we are running out of food, so I am going to launch an attack for the city, as that will solve my food crisis whether I win or lose.
遵命。 出发！那就出发吧。
Zhang Fei will be able to hold out. And there comes Xiaho Yuan. He's going to march straight for Liu Bei now. Oh, not good. Fortunately, they'll be confused now. Yujin is notoriously easy to steal. However, he is max loyalty right now. We'll see how long that lasts. So Cao Cao's making a little attack on Xiapi, which I don't think he's even capable of taking the city of only 9,000 troops. But the reason I'm coming back to this turn is that Puyang has 15,000 troops. This will mean I can finally give Liu Bei, Zhang Liao and Gao Shun their sworn brotherhood. This will make the likelihood of chain tactics taking place between Zhang Liao and Liu Bei all the greater, which multiplies the damage those tactics do. I did forget about this, however. We'll see if it matters. Yuan Shu might just want another alliance. It does matter. Yuan Shu has immediately declared war on me. Xiapi is at minimum morale and has nearly no troops. I think if we move Liu Bei and friends back around, we should be able to pull off some miraculous defense, but we will have to see. So this attack here is about as going as well for Cao Cao as I thought it would. These aren't very strong units at all. Gao Shun is going to reinforce Xiapi. And once Liu Bei and co arrive, I'm going to have them sit around regaining their morale. Troubled is one way of putting it. So I'm going to have Liu Bei and his friends march out here. Gao Shun's going to reinforce the city so there's some troops remaining, and I'm going to have them sit around for a turn hoping to build up the morale before I use the powerful arrow formation to loop around and hopefully cut these two guys off, as they are very, very big units but very, very weak units at the same time. So I'm really hoping this doesn't pull Liu Bei into offensive range, shall we say, of Jiling. We don't want to trigger the Reckless trait until he's at least half strength. But looking at the stats of my units even now, they're not terribly far off in defense, and in offense they're twice as strong. So I think I'll be okay. I don't have the gold to build back up my alliance with Yuan Shu. However, I'm going to give him another horse. We will be buying our friendship in horses. Right, so he's going for the city. This is not good at all. Yuan Shu could see Xiapi being very weak and decide to attack, and then our alliance is completely gone forever. However, if that happens, then it's just part of the authentic Liu Bei experience of never maintaining any allies or friends. Got to make absolute sure not to move Diao Chan into offensive range here. We'll see if it works. And Yuan Shu is attacking Xiapi as well, so he's going to be going at it for all sides. However, he's still very weak, and I think I might use this up. No, I can't leave Puyang too weak, as Yuan Shu might be persuaded to attack. 10,000. Alright, we're going to give Liu Bei's gang a test and show what they can do against Yuan Shu's nobodies. Okay, so that problem should be fixed now. The AI kindly telling me that we are now enemies, and Chang Liao, before taking a single casualty, has walked right up to Yuan Shu and saying, "We are having a duel." Naturally, Chang Liao wins this, so that weakens his morale and his stats even further. And then along comes Liu Bei and decides, "This is my turn." And you know what? I think Chang Liao is going to cut off Jiling and move straight on over to him. And Liu Bei gets his turn as well. We are not very happy with this betrayal, it seems. Yuan Shu has just had his arse absolutely kicked. And I think... oh, there we are. No capturing. But Jiling's not going to do much damage to our city either. Oh, of course. I forgot to use Liu Bei's tactic. Well, even without that, you can see we took 700 casualties. Not a terribly bad result. Now, let's see if Liu Bei can do just as well. Him and his buddies are on their way to Xiapi, and they will be doing their best to hold off against... I move Gao Shun back. To do their best to hold off against Yuan Shu there. So, goes without saying, cleaning up here, gonna take those calls back. Has he got anything I want? That could be quite nice. Ah, too bad. Gongsun Zan. There we are. So that should neutralise the threat from Guangling. More or less anyway. Move everyone back after taking these cores. Okay, so it's a two-sided attack. Have I got anyone who could do a cheeky cut-off maneuver? Zhao Kang. I'll give this some thought. Yeah, I'm not going to deploy into the next turn. I will see... No, we're not. Tell you what we're going to do. I don't need to give this any thought. Guan Yu, Zhao Yun, Zhang Fei. 2,000 troops each is all we need. Arrow formation. We're going to wipe him out before the reinforcements arrive. And then we'll be able to turn back into the city. In fact, let's take over Guan Yu's unit just in case we need it. But Chen Gong is on his way to Yuan Shu to get us a new alliance, meaning I can transport some of those troops back to Xiapi.
好的。
Yeah, I think we're running out of horses we can pay him with, but that's a problem for tomorrow. Okay, one down. These units are nothing.
请确认。 好的。
Let's see if it goes just as well this time. There goes one. Why isn't he moving on? Well, not that we needed him. So, we're going to attack, and then we're going to retreat. Talking about retreating, the AI cheats when they retreat, what can I say? 15 manoeuvre versus 25 and he outruns us. No point complaining. And it doesn't work for you if you click retreat either, that's just how sadly the game is. However, maybe we don't need to retreat into the city, maybe we need to... Yeah, let's retreat in and then redeploy with more troops. I've changed my mind, I think it's more fun if we see if 4,500 troops can take out nearly 2,000.
有使者求见。
Bit unexpected. Okay, there we go, there we go. Come on, get into range.
请确认。
So these guys are now going to melt on the next turn. I continue to spend all of my gold on rewards. So... And how much damage is this going to do? Not bad, not quite Lubu, but not bad. Ooh, he's not quite cut him off. Not that it matters. There we are. That was 4,500 versus 20,000 with the help of a city, and we lost 2,000 troops. Yeah, we lost... Oh, and of course Cao 7,000. So we lost 2,000 troops in total. Absolutely not a disappointing result by any means. I've just checked and Xinyi and Runan all of a sudden seem incredibly wealthy. So that's a massive oversight. I'm going to start recruiting until this gold runs short. So I now have Runan, Xinyi, a very poor Xiapi, a very poor Xiaopei, and a very wealthy Puyang. All I'm lacking at this point is troops, which I can now build up when I'm recruiting across all of these cities. It is January 201 and we are back. Cao is somewhat losing the battle for Luoyang against Marteng, which is not something I see often. Yuan Shu is spreading himself very thin and has taken Chaisang from Sun Ce, but is likely to subsequently lose that back to Sun Ce. But Shouchun and Guangling are quite lightly defended, and in anticipation for a few things I want to do quite quickly, I have built up trusted relations with Sun Ce, so I plan to enact a 24-month alliance. So that means we can move on to Guangling, secure that, our southern border will be safe, and our only remaining threat would be Shouchun, which we would surround from multiple cities and is quite low on troops regardless. So we haven't got significantly more troops than I was hoping we would have. So we've only got 21,000 in Puyang, 22 in Xiapi, 21 in Xiapi. This is the downside of spreading yourselves thin. 25 in Runan and 28 in Xinyi. But if I empty out a city, they will immediately be under attack. So a few of the things I want to do first of all. We've got a lot of gold in Puyang, so I am going to start mediating. First of all will be Liu Bei, Zhang Liao, and Gao Xun. Liu Bei and Zhang Liao and Gao Xun are already friends. They won't get additional stat benefits from this, but they will be able to chain tactics far more frequently, which will enable Liu Bei's tactic to take place far more frequently, which wins you a lot more battles. Aside from that, we haven't finished mediating. I am going to marry Zhang Liao to Dao Chan, as Dao Chan often comes with us. She boosts Liu Bei's stats up, and she has a very useful tactic for field battles. Now she will also boost Zhang Liao's stats up, so Zhang Liao will get additional benefit there. We are also about 200 experience points away from leveling up our administration, so I am going to go here and see what tactics I might be able to teach. Not really anything of any value, to be honest, but we'll do it anyway just to get the experience. So Gao Xun, you can have surprise attack, you can have war cry, and we've leveled up. So you get 100 points per tactic you teach. I'm going to go straight there and get reorganized military level 4. This is Chao Yan that we stole from Cao Cao. We also have Song Xian with level 3 and Feng Kai with level 2. So on our next level up, we'll be able to get military level 10 quite easily. We also have a few more points, meaning we can get reform expenditures level 2, on top of our already level 10 fish, arrow and siege weapons. Okay, so with that set up, I need to send Gao Xun back to... No, in fact the way I'll do it, I will deploy Gao Xun from Xiapi, and I'll deploy the others from Puyang. Liu Bei, Zhang Liao, so they can have 8,000. Dao Chan, Yan Shi, and Chao Yun. Not Chao Yun, Chao Yan. Very, very notably different, but he does have the ministrant trait, so he will boost up everyone. He'll act as a sort of like an unofficial wife. Yan Shi is Yan Shi. She's a real wife who's supportive, which gives its own stat multiplicative bonus. And Dao Chan is there to boost Liu Bei, sit on the back lines with Goose, and apply beauty stance occasionally. Zhang Liao is Zhang Liao, Liu Bei is Liu Bei, we've seen what they do before. Chen Liu now is a very defensible city, and when you have an officer like Xiahou Yuan in arrow formation, which is it now, he can come out with 3,000 attack quite easily, so quite deliberately I'm going to take this path here, and we're going to slowly encroach upon these cores, because these units will turn around. Sima Yi will head for Chen Liu, and it could all go very badly very quickly. Now, Gao Xun, he is going to act as our ram. I don't know if I've talked about ram formations yet. There are very little factors that influence demolish. The particular stat which influences how much damage you do to buildings. Confidants don't boost it, morale doesn't boost it, unit size boosts it, and a few traits boost it. Inventive, and also, as you see here, courageous, which gives you a stat bonus if you're at 3,000 troops or less. But at the same time, we get better stats just from just maxing out the unit. So it's an early game or limited troop trait that you can sometimes make use of. I mean, if we look at the numbers exactly here, we have 445 plus 161, so that is 605, 606, and here we have 496 plus 118, which as we can see is more than 606. So if you're at say 7,000, you know, you can see courageous would be, you'd have a stronger unit with only 3,000 troops. So it is useful up until you're at the point where you can field very large units. And I don't think we've used Gao Shun yet at all in siege formations. I'm going to be using him in place of Chen Gong to show off how to use ram formation troops. Oh, sorry, I got a bit of a... Oh, I can't do any more this turn. I'll be right back. Apologies about that. I have a bit of a rough voice at the moment, so you've probably noticed things a little bit more gravelly in the previous videos, but the content will hopefully still be the same. So now that we have more actions available, we are of course going to need to move Liu Bei into the correct city. Guan Yu, Ganxi, Zhao Yun, Zhang Fei, Liu Bei. They're going to go over to Xiapi, and they are going to launch an attack on Guangling. Once that's taken, we'll be able to then move on to Shouchan, because I will be allied with Sun Ce next turn, hopefully. There we are, there's our alliance, so that's the south safe. And ooh, okay, so South is going to be defending by attacking from the north. That's quite interesting, so we're going to have to go and turn around. And that unit there, 2,900 assault, that is what I was referring to earlier, and you can move very, very, very quickly. So back we go, everyone. Oh. And we'll head off Sima Yi and Wu Chao and Shahu Yuan first, and then we'll turn around and see if Li Tong is still coming for us. Oh, however, now that these guys have moved, yes, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, Zhao Yun, Liu Bei, and honorary wife. I got enough for this? No, I haven't. So 5,000 troops plus the wife, but this should be enough. So Guan Yu in ram. Yeah, I'll keep Shukonu. Zhang Fei in fish. Liu Bei in goose. And Ganxi in support. So that's the plan there. And let's see if Cao Cao turns around. No, he's going for Yuan Shu. Am I wrong? That can't be right. Oh, hold on. Well, okay, never mind. Let's not hold on, that's nothing to worry about at all. But more importantly... It's worth us taking out these troops, just to make sure that we aren't going to get ambushed taking Chen Liu, as very close to the city. These will all be very, very powerful units. I see we've got Eugene coming along here as well. Cao Cao does like to use neighbouring cities to act as reinforcements. What we'll do here. I could have sent Guan Ping out to further boost Guan Yu, but I don't think that'll be necessary. You see Zhang Fei here is plenty strong already, as is Zhao Yun, as even is Liu Bei, even a sort of a weaker goose formation officer, but 1717 is nothing to look down on. Really does look like he's going for Yi.
请确认。
There's a few officers to hire at the moment. I'm going to put Chen Gong back in control too, so I can reliably hire who the game is saying I can reliably hire. I'm a little concerned about Gao Xun here, but he should hopefully be okay. What I might do
好吧，
有什么事吗？
is send Zhang Liao by himself to, himself with the buddies to try and
会干？
defend Ding Tao.
我定会忠心效命。
Oh, Diao Chan, get out the way, get out of the way. Is he reckless? Get out the way. Get out the way, get out the way. Nope, she's dead. So let's try this again without Diao Chan getting killed.
下留情，仔细铭记张辽的武艺吧。
And Liu Bei is of course going to smash Eugene in a duel. And with his morale lowered to 40, it should send him down to like 20 morale. No! 40. It wiped him out completely. Ah, Diao Chan's done it again. Why have you done that?
请交给我。
有命令吗？
I may very well get Diao Chan killed in this video with how I'm playing, which would be very sad, especially after she's just married Zhang Liao.
是。
怎么了？
But otherwise, the ball's going well on the Yuan Shu front. If he deploys for me, I think we can, well, wipe the floor of him really.
明白了。
And the AI's doing that thing where it selects retreat and then it can just run away, it can ignore reckless.
请听我说。
In fact, let's see if it does.
是。
So obviously Liu Bei's going to attack there, going to advance there.
貂蝉在这里。
Diao Chan can get into range without getting herself killed.
我知。
And we can try this again.
明白了。
Did lose quite a few troops, however, took quite a few from Cao Cao at the same time. He is stretching himself very, very thin. Tremendously so. Leaving himself open to an attack from Runan as it happens. So that might very well be my next move. Okay, so we've got some action here.
请一定多多崇敬，请欢呼吧。
Not quite equal units. Zhang Liao walks into the range of the city. And Liu Bei is in range of Cao Chun. Not that he's going to last much longer anyway.
请确认。
I just need to check that the food situation, yeah, is okay for now. Yeah, definitely okay. So we have more or less unleashed a counterattack from Cao Cao. I think I am going to... Yeah, so Zhang Liao has been sent back in the city. I'll bring him back out. support Liu Bei there.
即刻出征！说干就干！
And I think I'll get these guys ready
我了
for
解了。
moving on.
是，
In fact,
知道了。
要下令吗？我明白了，您找我吗？
let's ignore Puyang. Okay, and on the other front, let's get Liu Bei in there. Let's bring your wife closer.
我知道了。
真不错。
And on to the next turn. Okay, so not much happening there. Oh, quite a lot happening here. So, we should be okay to fight in this tile.
遵命，要嘉奖我吗？
So I'm going to bring them all over. I'm going to get Gao Xun to retreat.
遵命。
I'm going to bring those guys all over to support. Get Gao Xun to retreat, we're not going to need him yet. And let's hopefully wipe the fall of them. Ah, I think we just did some sort of chain tactic. Completely missed it. Okay. Taking a fair bit of damage. So are they.
我有事禀告。
Okay, should do.
便是天下无双的武艺吗？
That should very much do on that side. And in terms of Guangling, this is a small city, bear in mind, but you can see it is going to melt.
有事禀告。
I'm not even moving Liu Bei into range, I just want him there to give the confidant boost to the surrounding people. So Cao Cao's attack on Yi failed. Our attack on Guanlin is going very well. Cao Cao's counter-attack has been repelled, and we are melting through this city.
有使者到访。
He wants his officer back. Oh. Oh, well, let him live.
此恩谁人才报？
Ah, fire arrows is annoying.
我有事禀告。
How did Liu Bei end up there?
有命令吗？
No, not that it matters.
什么事？
Just build a fortification there to make sure they don't take it back.
什么事吗？尽悉一切。
Oh, here we are. Finally. Shu province is ours after 2 years. Move everyone inside the city.
遵命。
Poor Zhang Fei there, still restrained. quickest way to wipe him out.
正头沙场，从无敌手，结束我吧。
So, I'm not going to go on a full assault now, but I will fortify Guanting so that when we do move on to take the city, that's one core that we can attack from. That will be ours. So I'm going to take these 2 cores, retreat to Puyang, reinforce, and then redeploy for another attack. So I'll cut back once I'm in position to do that. A small attack by Cao Cao on the way, it looks like, quite possibly. I need a Liu Bei to sweep around. I positioned them incorrectly. Need him to sweep around, wait for those 2 to be together, hit Heaven's Warrior. Huh. Maybe that will be necessary. Starting to look like it definitely won't be necessary. While this is going on, I'm going to move on from Guanling and make our attack for Shoucheng. The city is very weak, and even if it's a stronger city and it's a medium city, I don't think we'll take that many more casualties than when we took Guanling. Dio Chan yet again. I am really careless with Dio Chan. Yuan Shu's attack against Chen Liu, though, isn't it's not the most inspiring collection of officers. I mean, has he still got his major talent, Yuan Shu? Chang He, Gong Sun San, Ta Dun, Yan Liang, Wen Chao, both wounded. Oof. Well, I'm a complete loss as to how that's happened. Maybe that's why he's sending out his gang of nobodies. But we should be okay. Oh, very nice of you. Thank you, Xiapi, as always. So, who do I choose to wipe out? Ah, turns over. Just in case he uses his unique attack. I accidentally hit the stop recording button there by mistake, but it does look like Cao Cao has defended the city and he will be gifting it to me. As a precaution, I'm not going to move in until these units have been wiped out, but I don't think there's anything Cao Cao could do to stop that at this point now. Well, there goes the city. I might give it one more turn to see if Xu Huang wants to come and attack us. Actually, no, I won't. If he wants to come and attack us, he can come and attack us.
明白了，是。
您找我吗？我了解，是。我知道。
什么事？出发！
So even a medium-sized city doesn't hold up against Kaohsiung. So Cao Cao's reinforcements way too late. And there goes Chen Liu. Now, if we pause quickly, with this front taken care of, let's go down to the Guanling front. So Zhang Fei is going to see trouble and make a move for it, and I think we're going to get our rank up now, finally. Lieutenant Colonel, which will enable our second adjudicant slot, unless I am terribly mistaken. No. So, who do we activate for that? I think it has to be Zhang Fei. Zhao Yun's is also very good, but let's go for Zhang Fei. We also leveled up our doctrine as well, so that will get us to level 10 morale. I'll do a few of the in-between administration tweaks, and I'll be back in a second. Ah, Zhang Fei. I wanted you to defend from the Ling. Now yeah, they're all retreating. So Chen Liu is safe and sound. And really, I could just make an immediate move on Xu Chang. There we are, that's him dead. We aren't going to give these back, because we want to hire them, and Zhang Fei is hopefully going to cut this guy off. Now it is at this time I have I do apologise. I have completely run out of officers to assign corps to. Unless I take out Yuan Shu quite quickly, even then it's not really going to have too many officers spread around. The only way we fix this is wiping out Cao Cao. So we are going to move quite quickly for Xu Chang from Runan. We're really going to try and escalate the pace as to which we're taking these cities, because I'm going to start getting public order problems soon. So, two-pronged attack on Xu Chang. Guan Ping and Wei Yan are coming in from Xinyi to take some of the surrounding corps on the west, and the main assault force is heading in through Chen and Xinji. Oh. Meanwhile, this is going on, and we have just wiped out 7,000 troops from Shouchun, and I did not quite see as to what had happened. Well, that's a nice accident. Cao Cao is trying to attack Chen Liu. The city is empty, but I can always move some no-name officers around to try and defend it. That's a strange move from Cao Cao, but off we go, Chen Gong. I'm sure you can hold off. There's Shou Chen down. Chen Liu should be easy enough to defend. As long as I keep Chen Gong out of melee range. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I think Yuan Shu is down. Sadly, that means I'm not going to be acquiring his officers. But it won't impede our goal of the video, which is wiping out Cao Cao.
有使者求见。有使者到访。
Too bad. Is Liu Bei going to... Oh, I forgot about Chen Liu. Whoops. Is Liu Bei going to get distracted by Cao Cao? Ah, there goes Yuan Shu with old age. Yuan Shang is inherited. The leadership.
我有事禀告。
We better move these guys along just a little bit.
我知道了。
请下令。
I think that'll be okay. There goes Yuan Shu.
请一定多多指教，誓死效忠。
Oh, okay, I might actually lose Chen Liu, but I can always take it back. Line range. Ah, Cao Cao.
就这点实力，你想取我曹操的首级？从今天开始，这里是我的领地了。
请确认一下。
Going to activate this just for fun, and it might weaken Sensor a bit, which would make it easier to conquer him in a sort of scenario where I continued on this campaign. Okay, the plan: we move Liu Bei and friends over to Puyang, we use Puyang to retake Chen Liu, we use Liu Bei and friends to move into Xuchang, and then we move on to Wan and Shanyang using Liu Bei, while Liu Bei's gang head out to Luoyang. We finish off Cao Cao.
有使者求见。
Not wasting any time, back on the attack. 3 gold from Xiapi. And we know how this goes. Renewing the alliance with Yuan Shang to protect our northern cities. Wait for him to gain a bit more range. And gone. So we're going to swiftly move over to Wan. Not giving Cao Cao any time to build up troops. That will be the death blow for Cao Cao, more or less there. And yeah, 17,000 troops here aren't going to hold off against this force. We're just waiting for Li Dian to reinforce Puyang, and then Puyang is going to move out against Chen Liu, which is now down to about 11,000 troops, 12,000 after everyone's moved in. Yuan Shang's going to try and attack it, but he's not going to make any progress, and we will just pretend Chen Liu doesn't exist for the purpose of Xuchang.
从今天开始，这里是我的领地了。
The biggest obstacle you have when playing as Liu Bei, even at this stage, if you take a quick glance around, 73 officers with Yuan Shang, 81 with Cao Cao, 54 with Liu Biao, comparable to ours, 86 with Sun Quan, even 36 of Martang. And we had a similar issue with Martang, is that we simply do not have enough free officers to cover all of our corps. We auto search, all except overseers, no officers available. We have just about enough to cover Shouchan, to cover Xiapi, to cover Xiapi. We have none at all in Guangling, so that city is useless for us. And then we look at Puyang, and we're only at, well, not even at half capacity. So, the race is on to take out Cao Cao so we can pick up all of those officers. Now this is why I'm being a bit careful. Cao Cao is marching out from Wu Gate to try and defend against this assault from Wan. That being said, I think he might actually be trying to attack Xuchang with his siege weapon, which is simply not going to work. Interesting. I've deployed reinforcements, so Wei Yan here, to try and take out the surrounding corps. I'm going to move Lu Bu back, and we'll just sort of reposition so we aren't caught out at a flank, leaving our weak archer and siege weapon units exposed. Got to protect the wife gang, ultimately. And we're in position to take Chen Liu here, nice and easy. Move everyone over. As we did before, watch Guan Yu melt the city within a few turns. So if we go into slow motion. However much damage that did, it was enough to wipe him out. So they're going to walk over to the city. Guan Ping has been deployed to take out Liu Yang. And Wei Yan is going for Rang. He should be able to take out Guang Qi Xing by himself. And as we watch here, the city simply can't stand up against ourselves. Our only risk is of losing it to Yuan Shu. Are very, very, very powerful units. In fact, that Xiao Yu might be the strongest unit we've had so far. But either way, a city of 2,000 durability, sorry, 3,200 durability, a medium city, has lost about 2/3 of its HP in one turn, so we should have a good chance of being the one that secures the final blow here. When you're at max gold, don't forget you can go into the suggestions tab and just, well, banquet, certainly. Burn an enemy. Oh, I can't be bothered doing that. Decrease Cao Ren's morale, overseer proposals, select all. Why not? There we are, lowered Cao Ren's morale by 15, weakening him very slightly. Nothing particularly exciting happening here. There we are, we've taken Chen Liu back. And Guan Ping and Cao Ren continue to fight. Oh, this is somewhat of an even duel, actually. Oof. Unlucky. So Cao Ren is now going to take very favourable trades here. We're going to need to send out Gao Shun to reinforce. Maybe even Zhang Liao as well. Oh dear. There goes Guan Ping's unit. So that's where chain tactics come in quite handy. So Zhang Liao's tactic hit Cao Ren even though he wasn't in range, and Gao Shun used his formation deflect tactic, which doesn't actually do any direct damage to units. So that was massively beneficial. And again, a reason to make Brotherhood links once you've got the free gold and you're able to do so. Not wasting any time, moving on straight to Hulao Gate, which is tragically undermanned, and we're going to complete the surround and conquer around Wan, which will let us walk up to the city and just fish formation it down without taking too many casualties. Oh, so Cao Cao is doing his deploy absolutely everyone strategy. Let's see if it works. If I'm being completely honest, I think the anticipated answer is going to be no. I've got Wei Yan threatening the gate. Okay. Ooh, show Chao Yun. There we are. So there's the gate. Okay, so there goes those three. The beauty of having Liu Bei. And then we just melt down the city while taking 1 to 4 damage a turn. So nothing else is really going to happen here in Wan. Whereas in Luoyang we are slowly approaching the city. Won't be long left for Cao Cao now. So at this point, we can probably make an attack straight on Shanyang. And we have enough gold to request that Chiang attack Ma Teng, which isn't going to be really necessary. Wu Gate is going to act as a buffer against Ma Chao, so that will keep Ma Chao's forces away from me. Shanyang only has 12,000 troops in it and is a very weak city, so we are going to move into one. Oh, it's actually got plenty of food. Send over a little bit of food. And then attack right away. Whereas with Luoyang, they have 4 supporting corps, so it could still be quite dangerous. However, we are very strong, so I am going to take a little bit of a gamble. Oh, this hasn't worked out at all. Oh, Zhang Fei gets a duel and kills Cao Hong. Not impossible. No, he's dead anyway. So, with that out of the way, no defences left at Luoyang. We'll just move in and take the city. Oof. That's a lot of gold. He values these officers quite highly. but there's no need to release them. We have as much gold as we can use, more so than that, and they'll be our officers soon anyway. I mean, look at the way Luoyang is melting.
我有士兵。
So, one more to go. If we look at what alliances we have left, there is the choice at this point to renew the alliance with Sun Quan, or to use him as the next target after we have taken out Cao Cao. Given where his troops are located, I think it would be a strong possibility that Sun Quan could be the next target.
有使者在等您。
So just to point out, we are taking a bit more damage this time around, and you might be wondering as to why, and that is because we have not developed the surrounding cores to the same extent. We're only getting reinforced by, I think, Puyang, which is half filled, and Port Fangling, which is not even half filled. So if you want to conserve troops, which I'm not focusing on at this point as we're coming to the end of the guide, that is how you do it.
天经颠簸之力。
Oh, so that means, yes, they are coming for us in Shouchun. So what you want to do there is move the reinforcements around, which I can't obviously do in between turns. Get some troops in place. So the AI has seen that Shouchun is under defended and is making a move for it. But the timing is perfect because we have just wiped out Cao Cao. And that is goal achieved, or mission accomplished. Ooh, not many did decide to join us, so that's going to be a hefty few turns. But now we can talk about what to do. So, Cao Cao is dead. 50 of his officers are in our prisons, plenty of officers to hire, and what do you do from here? So, I think what you do from here is fight everyone. You have the officers, the troops, the foundation to do so. I would renew the alliance with Yuan Shu. I would probably look to take on Ma Teng and Sun Quan and Liu Bei simultaneously. So with one force, Lu Bu, Chang Liao, Gao Xun, I would probably move them over to Shouchun and take the fight to Sun Quan, with that force. You then have Liu Bei, Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, the usual gang. I would have them move on Chang'an from Luoyang. I would then hire Cao Cao's officers, and I would take the core of, say, Cao Cao, Cao Ren, Xiahou Dun, Xiahou Yuan, and use them to fight Liu Biao. You then have Manchong, you have Sima Yi, you have Zhu Huang, you have quite a few other secondary Cao Cao officers which are more than capable of leading an offensive force by themselves, and I would use those to split off and attack Liu Biao. And at the same time, while this is where the game opens up in a sense, you are at if not checkmate, check. You will soon have the largest officer force in China. You will have the best officers. You have all of Liu Bei's best officers, all of Cao Cao's best officers, and your biggest